Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is Ijoma here, and in today's video we are going to be learning the sewing of the former tutorial that I posted on how to make a cowl skirt. So this is the skirt on a dress form. It actually looks better on the owner's body. This is really beautiful, and I used a crepe fabric for this. If you have not watched the cutting tutorial, I will link the cutting tutorial in our comment section so that you can go and watch. So be focusing on the skirt parts. Mostly this video is mainly for the skirt part. For the top, you guys know that I decided to make a normal bustier for my top, so we are going to be focusing on the skirts tutorial. I'll also include how I made the top, but you're going to be focusing on these skirts parts. So this is the top. I made a normal bustier with a little basque waistline. This is the top that I used. So at the end of the day, I decided to tuck it in, and I think it looks better this way. So this is the top that we are using for this skirt. If you want to make a corset top, you are free to make a corset top, but I just wanted to sew something different for myself, and that's why I decided to make this top. So here are the pieces for the top. You remember that I cut out these pieces in the first video, the pattern drafting video. So here are the pieces, the center and the side pieces. This bustier also has a yoke. So this is the yoke. It has a Queen Anne neckline, and I'm going to be adding a Queen Anne neckline. This is the yoke for the Queen Anne neckline. I also cut out my lining, and I added my interface to both the fabric and the lining because the fabric that I'm using is really soft. That's why I added an interface to it. But if you're using something like a scuba or a thick duchess, you don't need to add an interface to it because the fabric is thick already. So if you want to make this style, I would suggest a scuba fabric or a thick duchess. So all my lining are complete, and I'll go ahead and join all of them. So for the yoke, I will turn the yoke separately. Here is the sleeve that I'm using. This is my normal A-shaped sleeve. I want to use this A-shaped sleeve for the blouse or for the top. So here are the skirt pieces. They look like a half circle or a half peplum. This is for the front pieces. We have the main fabric and the lining. So we have 4 pieces for the front, 2 for the main fabric, you can see, and 2 for the lining. I'll keep that aside. So this one is for the back. I also have 4 pieces for the back, 2 for the main fabric, 2 as the main lining. So I am done turning my Queen Anne yoke. This is what I have. I'll go ahead and iron it very well. We are going to be adding this yoke to the bustier after joining our bustier. So I will take my time and iron it very well. I'll also iron my bustier, like the breast part area. I will notch and I'll iron properly. So this is the lining for the top or for the bustier. I'll go ahead and notch the bra cup area. After notching, I will iron very well, and I'll also repeat the same thing on the main fabric. I added my pads to my main fabric. If you don't want to use a pad, you can use a bra cup. Like I said, you can also make a corset for this. So I'll take my time and iron everything properly. I am done ironing, and this is what we have. I am going to add my yoke right now. First of all, I'll pin it down. After pinning it down, I will turn it with my lining. I'll go ahead and turn the neckline, the side, and the basque area with my lining. So over to the skirt, I have joined the front pieces. I used 1/2 inch to close the front pieces. Then I used 1 inch to close the back pieces. Remember that we added 1 inch zipper allowance to our back. Our zipper is going to be at the back. So I'll go ahead and notch everything. I'll notch everything. My former plan was to make this and this skirts with an inseam finishing, like everything, but I later changed my mind because I thought that maybe some people may not really understand what I'm doing. So I decided to make the zipper area a normal French seam. So this is for the back part. You can see that the seam allowance is wider than the front seam allowance. So after everything, notch, because this thing has a circular shape, you will need to notch everything so that they can relax. So after notching, you will iron. Even your zipper allowance, you will need to notch your zipper allowance so that the area can relax. So these are the lining pieces. This one is for the front. I'll notch the lining for the front, I'll iron. I'll also notch the lining for the back, and I'll iron. So you can see we have two pieces. This skirt has a joining at the center. So this place that I'm ironing right now is the center front. It has a joining. That's why we have 4 pieces. I am done ironing, so now it is time to shape. First of all, I will shape my lining separately and I will shape my main fabric separately. So this one that I pinned right now is my main fabric, that is for the front and for the back. I will place 2 of them together, then I will take my waist measurement, I will pin, and I will mark out my allowance. So please, before you shape, pin it very well, because this skirt has a circular shape, does not have a definite shape. So you can see what I have here. You go ahead and pin all the sides very well before you shape. You also repeat the same thing on the lining. This is the lining for the front. I'll go ahead and place the lining for the back. After placing, I'll pin the 2 of them together. So I am going to be taking just my waist measurement and my knee measurement, because this skirt has to be fitted at the waistline and at the knee line. This skirt has to be fitted at the knee or the full length and the waistline. So right now I'll go ahead and take my measurements and I will mark. So after marking, I'll go ahead and shape. So this is the back part of this my bustier. It will have a normal dart. I'll go ahead and turn the neckline, the side, the full length. Then you can add your darts or you can leave the darts if you want. So I am done pinning. Right now I'll go ahead and mark my waist measurement. My waist is 27 inches, that is 13.5. Then I'll mark my 1/2 inch seam allowance. I want to use 1/2 inch for my seam allowance. Then when you get to the knee or the full length, you also take your knee measurement or the full length measurement, so that everything will be nice when you wear it on your body. The knee area has to be fitted. It doesn't have to be really free. I've repeated the same thing on my lining as well. So this is the lining. After doing all this, I'll go ahead and trim. I'll trim off the full length a bit because I have some rough edge there. I'll go ahead and trim it off a bit. This is for the lining. I'll also repeat the same thing on the main fabric so that the 2 of them will be equal. So after doing this, like I said, I will make a French finishing for the zipper allowance so that I can carry you guys along. So let me just open my zipper allowance area. I have opened my zipper allowance for the main fabric. I'll also open the zipper allowance for the lining. So this is for the main fabric. This is zipper allowance for the lining. I'll go ahead and open the zipper allowance for the lining. Then first of all, we are going to turn the full length of this skirt. I just want to remove my threads, the rough thread that I have there. Then I'll place the 2 of them right side facing the right side. Then we are going to close the full length of this skirt. Close the full length first of all. Then you can top stitch on your lining, and after doing that, this is what I have. Now I'll go ahead and close my zipper allowance. Like I said, I want to give my zipper allowance a French seam. I'll go ahead and use a very small allowance to close it because I didn't intend to do a French seam initially. I wanted to do an inseam, but I'll go ahead and close it. So I am done closing the down part, then the zipper allowance. Then after doing this, I will turn to the right side. After turning to the right side, I will iron properly. Iron your zipper allowance area properly. So this is what it looks from the inside. It looks like from the inside. So now I am turning to the right side of the fabric. So this is what I have. After turning, I'll go ahead and iron my zipper allowance. Iron the full length, iron the zipper allowance. Then after doing that, you are going to run a stitch along the waistline to hold the main fabric and the lining together. I am done ironing the zipper allowance now, so I'll go ahead and close the waistline. This is the waistline. I'll go ahead and close it. I'll run a stitch to hold the main fabric and the lining together. Then after doing that, I am going to close my zipper allowance. This skirt does not have a slit. It is a very short skirt. It does not have a slit, and this style will be better on a very short dress or a short skirt. So you can see what I have right now. I'll go ahead and close my back part. There will be no slit, so just close the back part and leave a little space for your zipper. So I will place the zipper allowance together. Then I'm going to mark where my zipper will end at. So this is where my zipper will end at. I'll go ahead and close the rest of the skirt down to the full length. So after doing that, I will iron, and after ironing, I will turn to the right side of this skirt. So now I'm going to fix my band, and after fixing the band, I will fix my zipper. You can see what I have there. It is really beautiful. So this is what I have here. You can see the small space that I left for my zipper. Then now I will go ahead and fix my band. So that is all for the skirt. Back to the top. We are done with the skirt for now. Just add the zipper, and that's all. If you check the picture on the thumbnail, you'll notice that that dress you see there is a skirt and blouse. It is not a gown, it is skirt and blouse. You can check on Pinterest. So this is all we have to do for the skirt. Just fix your zipper and iron very well. We are still going to drape it on our dress form, but for now, leave it this way. So back to our top. This is the front. I am done fixing my yoke. This is the back. I have closed everywhere. I'll close my zipper allowance. After closing the zipper allowance, I'll place my front and my back together. Then I will join the shoulder first of all. I will join the shoulder of this top first of all before closing the sides. And if you are closing the sides, remember to make them to be equal at the full length. They should be equal at the full length before you shape. So this is what I have. I have closed the shoulder. Right now I'll go ahead and close the side. Just take your bust measurement, your waist measurement, and then do your shaping. So after that, I'll trim my armhole. After trimming the armhole, I'll fix my sleeve. Like I said, I'm doing a very simple top for this tutorial. So this is what I have right now. I'm going to fix my sleeve. This is my A-line sleeve. This is my A-line sleeve. Then back to the skirt. Our skirt is on our dress form now. This skirt is not really my size. My hip is rather than the measurements we have here. So this is how you're going to drape it. If the person is wearing it on their body, you can just go ahead and drape it. So there's something that I noticed. If you're making this type of skirt, you can add extra 2 inches to your normal measurement. You can add extra 2 inches to your hip measurement to achieve more fullness, and it will be free on your body. So if you are making this skirt for yourself, add extra 2 inches allowance to your body measurement, especially your hip measurement. So you can see how I'm draping it. After draping, you can do a little tacking. your tacking should be really invisible. So this is for the left side, and I'll also go ahead and drape the side. So if you want to leave it this way, fine. The owner can wear it, and after wearing it they will drape it by themselves. So you can see what I'm doing here. So at the end of the day, this is what I have. So I'll put it on my body, though it is not my measurement. I'll put it on my body so that you can see what it looks like. But if the real size should wear this skirt will really look beautiful. So this is what we have here, and the fabric that I use is not really doing justice to this skirt. So I'll go ahead and wear it on my body so that you guys can see what it looks like. On my body, this is what I have. I hope this tutorial is really helpful, and if you have any question, just feel free to drop a comment in the comment section and I will reply you. If you have a style request, you can send me a DM at Sew with Ijoma on Instagram. Guys, please do not forget to subscribe and like this video so that more people can get to see the video. Also turn on your notification bell so that anytime I upload you will get notified. See you all in my next video. Bye.